All right, Larry Krueger here at Levi's for the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little update on what happened down here on Thursday. And of course, check out Pig and a Pickle, 2 locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. And we should also tell you this video is sponsored by our good friends at Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California, along the Monterey Peninsula. Call my friend Anthony Catania. He's at 831-521-5264. All right, let's talk Niners and Rams as the Niners preparing to take on the Rams. Both teams very much shorthanded. The Rams are probably going to be without Puka Nacua. There's going to be no Cooper Kupp, no Steve Avila, no Johnny Johnson, no Jonah Jackson. The Rams have a banged-up offensive line, and they don't have their top receivers. The 49ers, of course, are not going to have Deebo Samuel, are not going to have Christian McCaffrey. And after that, beyond that, today, George Kittle did not practice. He's got a hamstring tightness that he's reporting. So he did not practice, so his status for Sunday is up in the air. Mooney Ward also with a hamstring and with knee, listed as both hamstring and knee. He did not practice today, so I don't know about his status for Sunday either. Now, couple interesting things. I thought, one stat I thought was incredible. Josh DeBow from AP had the stat that I thought was amazing. The 49ers have allowed their opponents to convert 8 of 11 on 3rd and 7 or longer this year through 2 games. That's 72.7%. The rest of the NFL is at 22%. So the 49ers have some things to figure out on the defensive end in their secondary as far as how they're going to put their best foot forward. Can they mount a rush up front? I thought their tackles didn't give them a lot this week, but also, can they cover on the back end? They had 2 huge busted plays. The Naylor touchdown busted play, the Powell 3rd and 7 where he caught it for 11 on the sideline busted play. Those things just can't happen. I mean, you busted plays, you don't give your defense even a chance to compete. So obviously the 49ers need to improve there. A couple other things. The Niners lead the NFL in time of possession. So, the offense has done its part to stay on the field, play complementary football, protect the defense. The Niners have held the ball for an average of 36 minutes and 44 seconds, of time of possession. And if they can continue to do that, that will be a great sign. The Rams are going to try to do this exact same thing. They're going to try to dominate the time of possession. The Rams are 0-2. They're desperate. They're 32nd in the league at stopping the run. They traded Ernest Jones in training camp to Tennessee because he wanted out. And they gave up 5.3 a carry in week 1 to Detroit, and then 5.8 a carry last week to Arizona as they got their doors blown off, giving up 41 points and losing 41-10. So the Niners are going to try to run the ball. You can almost bank on that. When you're looking at a team that's given up 5.3 a carry, 5.8 a carry, the Rams are 27th, by the way, in points per game offense, scoring only 15 a game. But they're 32nd, dead last in total defense. And as I said, they got beat last week 41-10. Now, Stafford's average time in the pocket is 2.66 seconds. So the Niners may not be able to get to him, but you're going to have to play good defense even if you don't. Stafford, though, is going to get the ball out quick. You just absolutely know he's going to get the ball out quick with Floyd and Bosa coming after him. A couple other 49er notes. The Niners worked out 3 slot corners on Monday, but there has been no announcement of signing any of them. Trey Herndon, Danny Johnson, and Chandon Sullivan all worked out. One of the things you need to look for in this game on Sunday is possibly Kyren Williams, who had, their star running back, who went for 1,000 yards and made the Pro Bowl last year. You may see with no Puka and no Cooper Kupp, don't think for a second that Sean McVay won't put Blake Corum on the field at running back and put Kyren Williams in the slot. And I would expect to see Kyren Williams in the slot. He was targeted 8 times so far with seven catches for 31 yards. He's only averaging 2.5 yards a carry. So he's not really getting it done as a running back because their line has just been a disaster in front of him. But expect to see Kyren Williams in the slot on Sunday, maybe for a number of snaps. Another guy that's going to have a significant role on Sunday is Demarcus Robinson. He was targeted 10 times last week for and he made 6 catches for 92 yards, or that's what he's been targeted thus far, I should say, in the 2 games. The Niners on offense are going to have their hands full with 2 outstanding linebackers. The Sam linebacker for the Rams is Jared Verse, the rookie out of Florida State. He's tied for 4th in the NFL right now with pressure rate of 13.5%. He's got 9 pressures, a sack, 2 quarterback hits, and 6 QB hurries. Verse is the real deal. He's got tremendous strength and an amazing first step. And then on the opposite side, the weak side linebacker is the second-year backer, Byron Young from Tennessee. He had 8 sacks last year. Thus far, he's got 3 pressures. He's got a sack and 2 hurries so far. But Byron Young and Jared Verse coming off the edge against Colton McKivitz and Trent Williams is a huge matchup in this game on Sunday. Williams allowed 4 pressures against the Vikings last week, so he was not perfect. And McKivitz was worse. He gave up 6. So they combined to give up 10 pressures, and they're going to have their hands full with Jared Verse and Byron Young. You can absolutely bank on that. One of the things that has not been lost on me the last couple of days is that listening to Nick Bosa, listening to Fred Warner, there's a sense of urgency surrounding this 49er team after the loss to Minnesota. Bosa says there's always urgency here. He called it intense focus. The Niners don't like to lose, and when they lose, they try to bounce back. Fred Warner, by the way, was snubbed for the NFC Defensive Player of the Week despite his 9 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. He forced 2 turnovers. He had an interception. He had a forced fumble. He had a sack. He had 2 pressures. He was awesome, but he didn't win it. It was a tough week. Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks against Tampa Bay, and he didn't win it. The winner was Jesse Bates, the safety for the Falcons, the former Bengal, the former Wake Forest star. He had an interception, a pass breakup, and 12 tackles. So Jesse Bates beats out Fred Warner for the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame has announced their 167 modern era players nominated for the class of 2024. And 3 former 49ers are on this list, Antoine Bethea, Joe Staley, and Vernon Davis. Of that group, I would say Joe Staley's got the best chance to make it to the Hall of Fame. They will trim this list to 50 in middle of October, and eventually they'll trim it down to 5. There'll be 5 modern era players inducted into the class of 2024. So good luck to all those ex-Niners in their bid for Canton. All right, and that's going to do it for us down here in Santa Clara. Hope you enjoyed it. The update, you're now fully updated. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles for sponsoring this video. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube. And join me tonight at 6 o'clock on Niners Nightly on KMBR 680 and 104.5 FM. My guest tonight's going to be Josh DeBow from AP, and we'll break down Niners Rams tonight at 6 o'clock on the Sports Leader. See you then.